ಸಮಾಗಮ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಸಂಯುಕ್ತಾಶ್ರಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಜೀವ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಲು ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ನಮನಗಳು. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ. ಮಹದೇಶ್ವರನ ಕುರಿತ ಮೂಲದಾಟಿಯ ಜಾನಪದ ಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಿಂಗರಾಜು ಮತ್ತು ತಂಡದವರು.
ಹೇ 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 ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಆ ಹಾ ಹಾ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಮೂಡಲಗಿರಿಯೋನೆ ಮುದ್ದಾದ ಮಲೆಯೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಮೂಡಲಗಿರಿಯೋನೆ ಮುದ್ದಾದ ಮಲೆಯೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ನಿನ್ನಂತೆ ಬೇರೆ ನಾ ಕಾಣೆ ಪಾದವ ಬಿಡಲು ನನ್ನಾಡೆ ನಿನ್ನಂತೆ ಬೇರೆ ನಾ ಕಾಣೆ ಪಾದವ ಬಿಡಲು ನನ್ನಾಡೆ ಓ ಮಾದೇವ ಎಂದು ನಾ ಕೂಗಿದಾಗ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದು ಬಾಳಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಮೂಡಲಗಿರಿಯೋನೆ ಮುದ್ದಾದ ಮಲೆಯೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಬಾಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕ ತಂದೋನೆ ಹೇ 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 ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಆ ಹಾ ಹಾ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಲ ಜಯ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ಕರುಣಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಸುಂದರ ನದಿ ವನಗಳ ನಾಡು ಜಯ ವೇದ ಋಷಿಗಳ ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಗುಟಗಳ ಮಣಿಯೇ ಗಂಧರ ಚಂದನ ಹೊಂದಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ ಗೌರವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವ ಧರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ಕರುಣಾತೆ ಜನನಿಯ ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ಚಿನ್ನಾವೇನ ಹಸುವಿನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ ಇಂದ್ರಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ದಿನದು ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಶಂಕರ ರಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಷಡಕ್ಷರಿ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಪಂಪಲ ಭೂಮಿಪತಿ ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳಧಾಮ ಕಲಿಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ ಮಾದಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರನ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತಿ ಕೈಲಪ ವೈಸಳರಾಡಿದ ನಾಡೆ ಕಂಕಣ ಜಗಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನೀಡೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ವರರಂಗ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನ ಉದ್ಯಾನ ಜನಕನ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಕಾಯಕ ವೈದಿಕರ ನಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಡಿದಾಡುವ ಗೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ನಾಡಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ನೆರವೇರಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಿಂಗರಾಜು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಜು ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. Today we have amongst with us Dr. K. Amritesh, currently serving as professor at the Department of Studies in Botany. Dr. Amritesh has been honored with the prestigious fellowship of the National Academy of Biological Sciences a well-deserved recognition for his outstanding contributions to agricultural sciences. His pioneering work in the domains of plant microbe interactions and nanotechnology has led to over 130 research publications, an impressive H-index of 31 and 4 patents. Beyond research, Dr. Amritesh plays a vital role in the university's academic arena through his leadership as the Director of Internal Quality Assurance Cell, ensuring that the benchmarks of quality and innovations are consistently upheld. It is now my honor and pleasure to invite Dr. K. Amritesh to the podium to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests and invitees.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. A very good morning to each and everyone assembled here. University of Mysore Internal Quality Assurance Cell, in association with the Department of Studies in Environmental Sciences, Social Work and Samaagama Welfare Foundation, Mysore, we are organizing and celebrating an important event of the year, that is International Biodiversity Day. It's a great occasion for all of us to witness this International Biodiversity Day 2025. It's an IKC initiative. When we requested Department of Studies Environmental Science Chairman Professor N.S. Raju and Professor of MSW Social Work and also Director MMTTC Dr. H.P. Jyoti and also Mr. Shir Bilenalli Pandu, they have all agreed to come forward to celebrate this International Biodiversity. With this backdrop, first of all, foremost, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor N.K. Loknath, who is going to join since Honorable Minister has come to University. He is in the meeting and later he will join the program. So in his absence, I welcome Dr. N.K. Loknath because of his keen interest on the two mantras, that is Green Campus and Clean Gangotri Campus. These are the two important mantras of our Honorable Vice Chancellor while we were conducting the academic review progress meeting of all the 55 disciplines on the campus. Under this program, he suggested to do this work, that is a celebration of International Biodiversity Day, which has not been done since inception in 1992 actually. So henceforth we contacted Environmental Science Department Chairman Dr. N.S. Raju and Dr. H.P. Jyoti, and this program is sponsored by Samaagama Welfare Foundation, Mysore. So this is in this way we are all grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for giving the permission to conduct International Biodiversity Day 2025 for the first time in the University of Mysore. In the absence of Honorable Vice Chancellor, I welcome him to this other August gathering. So in the absence of Honorable Vice Chancellor, we have Registrar Administration in charge and Registrar Evaluation, Professor N. Nagaraja, who is another important guy, like who is an authority in the field of taxation and also microfinancing. Who is a well-known authority in the field of the taxation and who has occupied the presidential chair today in the absence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. He is with us, and in all aspect I welcome Professor N. Nagaraja on behalf of the Environmental Science, Social Work, IKC and Samaagama Welfare Foundation. I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. N. Nagaraja. I request Dr. N.S. Raju to welcome Dr. N. Nagaraja, Registrar Evaluation and also Admin, to this gathering. Dear students, we have a great legendary figure today, the chief guest, Dr. Ravindra K. Koili. So as we know, we remember the statement given by our father of the nation, that is, earth provides enough to satisfy everyone's needs but not everyone's greed. This was the statement made by Mahatma Gandhi after having known the experience of the pollution that is generated over the period of time. Because he knows the science, because he used to visit the microbiology laboratory where he has observed, you might have seen the Mahatma Gandhi's photo observing through microscope the microbe. Actually, he was of the opinion that vast number of species that prevailing on this earth planet is the result of evolutionary process that have been operating since the life originated about 3.5 billion years ago. It's not a sudden development. Whatever we are today, it has been happened since 3.5 billion years ago. As new species evolved, a small number of species that became misfits in the prevailing environment became extinct because of background extinction. We have experienced 5 mass extinctions We are experiencing sixth mass extinction due to various reasons. That too, the rapid increase in human population and humanity's greed, and at the same time for luxurious living have resulted in marked environmental degradation, particularly in the recent decades, increasing the species extinction 100 or even 1,000-fold compared to background extinction, thus precipitating the sixth mass extinction crisis actually. Unlike the past 5 mass extinctions that were due to natural catastrophes, the sixth mass extinction would be exclusively the result of human activities, habitat loss and degradation, over-exploitation of bioresources and climate change have been the main drivers of the sixth mass extinction crisis. So with this backdrop, a great personality, we always remember when you talk about biodiversity, number one, Thomas Lauja, who used the terminology biodiversity, later Edward O. Wilson, and we always remember Walter G. Rosen. And in the same way, the Indian ecologist Dr. Ravindra K. Kohli is among one of the famous international figure. He is with us. He is there. He is a man of invasive alien species, where he is an authority in the field of ecology and also environmental biology. We have identified a right person. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor has suggested to contact Dr. Ravindra K. Kohli because he has come out with various aspects, like especially the exploiting allelopathy for sustainable weed management, at the same time understanding mode of action of allelochemicals, and at the same time plantation forestry and agroforestry, patents on environmental innovations, and scholarly publication in SCI journal. And he is going to deliver why we have to go for biodiversity, understanding the biodiversity for today's era. So he is going to deliver a keynote address, and he is going to address various issues to be asked by you people, and he is the right person, and we are proud privilege. He has got such a wonderful CV, and we are fortunate enough to have you, sir. On behalf of University of Mysore, IPSC, Environmental Science and Social Work and Samaagama Research Welfare Foundation, we wholeheartedly welcome you to this August body. I request our Professor N. Nagaraja to welcome our Ravindra K. Kohli to this August body. I welcome you, sir. Another eminent personality on the dais, Dr. R. Raghavendra Rao, a distinguished alumnus of Department of Botany, who is taken botany department to the highest, to the international level, a renowned taxonomist, a prominent figure and a renowned figure that who is here, and in his name more than 20 species have been named by the students community. And he is such a wonderful personality. He is here, and even today, whatever the Mansagangotri flora that is we are having on the campus, that was written by Dr. Raghavendra, even today is a monumental basic work. Even today we are referring, all the botany students are here, sir. We are always referring the Mansagangotri flora that is there, and at the same time, for the first time, flora of Karnataka and also the flora of Shivamoga, many number of flora he has written, and today we are using as a reference book, and we are always remembering, my chairman is here, Dr. Rajkumar, we always remember, and my senior Dr. J.R. Janardana, we always, we have all the accomplishment with you, sir, because you are our distinguished alumnus. You are a role model to all the faculty members and also the students community who have gathered here, sir. With this backdrop, I wholeheartedly welcome, I request Dr. N.S. Raju to welcome Dr. R. Raghavendra Rao in this occasion. Today's President, Professor N. Nagaraja, has suggested to invite another distinguished professor, University of Mysore distinguished professor, Dr. H. Shekhar, who is my mentor. Without him, I would not have stand before you. He is the one who has guided me and shaped me to this career, to this level. And he is here, and he has built a wonderful department on the campus, that is Department of Applied Botany and Biotechnology, produced more than 55 PhD students, and he has got more than 18,000 citations and produced more than 700 research publications. Such a wonderful background. He has brought more than 25 crores from international agencies to the University of Mysore. He is with us, and it's a great occasion, I can say. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us today to have Professor S. Shekhar Shetty. Really, we are happy. He is a fellow of all the academies of the nation. That is Academy, Indian Academy, all the Academy fellow, and he is with her. He is the World Seed Prize winner and he has having a strong connection with the Danish International Development Assistance Danida and also the KVL Copenhagen, Denmark, and also many Western Union and European Union community. Because of him, today the Department of Applied Botany, and now it's a biotechnology carved from Department of Botany. So that I want to mention. It has been the mother department for all the three different disciplines, one science and microbiology and the biotechnology. He is responsible for that, and we are very happy, sir, for you to be here. And that too is our Dr. Ravindra K. Koili. They are very close friends. They are into various committees in the nation and the international committee. And Dr. Shekhar Shetty and Dr. Raghvendra Rao were classmates in the MSc days. So this is the great occasion. The classmates crossed the 80 years. So we have to feel proud, and we are very happy to see you, sir. I'm very happy. And I request Dr. H.P. Jyoti to welcome my mentor, Dr. S. Shekhar Shetty. So another important occasion I want to mention. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಮಾಧವ ಉಳ್ಳಾಳ್ ಪರಿಸರ ಅವರು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗಿಡ ನೆಡು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನೇ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಾಲು ಮರದ ತಿಮ್ಮಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನವರಾದಂಥ ಮಾಧವ ಉಳ್ಳಾಳ್ ಪರಿಸರ ಅವರು 5,000 ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಗಿಡ ನೆಟ್ಟು 3-4 ವರ್ಷ ಪೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I request Dr. Rajkumar Garampalli, chairman of the department. I request you to kindly offer a flower bouquet to where we are the department of MSW. They will take care of, because students community is here, because Dr. H.P. Jyoti she is establishing the Eco Warrior Club. She will take care of data, department of botany, health science. Both department will take care of those things actually. 5,000 ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮು ಇವತ್ತು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೇಟರ್ ಡೇಸ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅನದರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ಲಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಸೀವ್ ದಿ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್, ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. So this is a kind of situation that I want to explain. It's a great occasion, really very happy, sir. So another important personality on the dais, Dr. N.S. Raju, professor and chairperson of the department. When we suggested, IQAC has taken advisory committee, an initiative of the holding International Biodiversity Day. Immediately he has accepted our response. He has responded to our ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವರು ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು IQAC ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೌ ಟು ಗೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ VC ಅವರ ಘನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ 5,000 ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನ Dr. H.P. Jyoti ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರೂ ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ರೂವಾರಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲಾರದು. ನೀವಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ Dr. N.S. Raju ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ Dr. H.P. Jyoti ಅವರು HRDC ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅವರು HRDC ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಳವೀಯ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸುಮಿತ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಆಫರ್ ಎ ಬಕೆಟ್ ಟು Dr. H.P. Jyoti ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸದ್ದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಮಾಗಮ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್. ಇಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 5-6 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದು MSW ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ MSW Dr. H.P. Jyoti ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಬಾಲಜಿ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರು ಬಂದು IQACನ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಲೋಹಿತ್ ಸುವಿಸ್ತರವಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕತ್ವನ ವಹಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಗಮ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಅವರು. 3 ಜನ ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ಬಿಳ್ಳೆನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಪಾಂಡು ಅವರು, ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸುಮಿತ್ರಾ ಉದಯ್, ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮೂಹ ಇದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಬಯೋಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಥೀಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರೂ ಗಿಡ ನೆಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬಿಳ್ಳೆನಳ್ಳಿ ಪಾಂಡು ಅವರವರು ಧನ ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನು ಸಹ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಮಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ನಿಮ್ಮದು. ಹಿಂದೆ ನೀವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬೆಳೀಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಆಶಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹಕಾರನ ನಾವು ನೀಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಈ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ 3 ಜನ ಟೀಮ್ ಏನಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಇನ್ನು ಅದರ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಬೇರರ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಬಿಳ್ಳೆನಳ್ಳಿ ಪಾಂಡು ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ಮುರಳಿ ಟು ಆಫರ್ ಎ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಟು ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಳ್ಳೆನಳ್ಳಿ ಪಾಂಡು ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸುಮಿತ್ರಾ ಅವರೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕುಮಾರ್. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜೆ ಲೋಹಿತು. ಅವ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಶಿಸ್ತುಬದ್ಧವಾದಂಥ ಸಂಯೋಜಕರು ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರ್ದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ IQS ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಯೋಜಕರು DSW ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ರೂಪಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಮಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರರಾದಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಟ್ನಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಕು ಮತ್ತು JSS ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಳಿಗಿರಿ ರಂಗ ಅವರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿಗಳು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಾರಾಣಿಸು ಟೆರೆಷಿಯನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಜಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ನಿಂದ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಳ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹಕಾರ ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಸಶಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಗರಂಪಳ್ಳಿ ಅವರು 2 ವರ್ಷದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ರೂವಾರಿಗಳು. ಅವರು ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರು ಭಾಳ ಕಾತುರತೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನಾನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಸವಯ್ಯನವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರು, ಅವರು ಬಾಟನಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲುಮ್ನಸ್ಸು, ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಸಮೂಹಕ್ಕೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಂದನೇ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸ್ವರೂಪ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಮೇಶ್, ನಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ರತಾ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರವಿಕುಮಾರ್, ಅಭಿಲಾಷ್, ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
It is now my utmost privilege to invite Professor Ravindra Kohli, a distinguished academic leader, to inaugurate this year's International Biodiversity Day by performing the symbolic act of on behalf of you all. To invite to the podium a dedicated academician, a passionate environmentalist, and one of the key organizers of this meaningful program, Professor N.S. Raju, who also serves as the chairman of the Department of Studies in Environmental Science. Professor Raju will now lead us in the Biodiversity Day oath, reaffirming our collective commitment to the protection of nature in all its forms. I kindly request everyone to rise and join Professor N.S. Raju in taking the oath.
Good morning to all. Respected dignitaries in the dais, it is my privilege to read the oath on the occasion of International Biodiversity Day. So I request all of you to, what I am going to repeat the sentence for the pledge for Environmental Biodiversity Day. On this International Biodiversity Day, I solemnly pledge to uphold the values of conservation and sustainability. I recognize the richness and diversity of life on the earth from the tiniest microbes to the mightiest trees, from the flowering rivers to the soaring skies. I commit to respecting and protecting all forms of life, reducing my ecological footprint through conscious choices, promoting sustainable practices in my daily life, supporting efforts to restore and conserve ecosystems, spreading awareness about importance of biodiversity. As a member of the University of Mysore and a citizen of the earth, I take this pledge to stand for nature, not just today, but every day, for a healthier planet and a better tomorrow. Thank you.
ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥರಾದಂಥ ಮಾಧವ್ ಉಲ್ಲಾಡ್ ಪರಿಸರ ಅವರು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಆಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಈ ದಿನದ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಪೂಜಿಸುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಆರಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದ ಧರ್ಮ. ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಎರಡೇ ವಿಷಯ, ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದ ನಾಯಕರು ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸೇರಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ದೇಶದ ಯುದ್ಧವನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೇ ದೇಶದ ಬಡತನವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾರಿ 200ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದೇಶದ ನಾಯಕರುಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಂತನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣಕ್ಕೆ ತರುವುದು, ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವದಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸುವುದು. ನಾನು ಕಳೆದ 39 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ. ಬರಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 15-20 ವರ್ಷದ ನಂತರ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಕೂಡ ಸೇರಿಕೊಳ್ತು. ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ, ಗಿಡವನ್ನು ನೆಟ್ಟು ಸಾಕಿದರೆ ಮರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಮರ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ತಂಪು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಹಸಿರಿನ ಚಿಂತನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಕರೆಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಆಗಾಗ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಒಂದು 15 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದಿನದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇವತ್ತು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೀಳಬೇಕು, ಅವರು ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿಷ್ಟೇ, 39 ವರ್ಷದ ಮೊದಲು ಶಾಲೆ, ಕಾಲೇಜು, ಮಂದಿರ, ಚರ್ಚ್, ಮಸೀದಿ ಇಂಥ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸ್ಮಶಾನವನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನು ನೆಟ್ಟು ಸಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಯಿತು, ಜನರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪಿತು. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದರು, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಹಸಿರಾಗಬೇಕು, ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಜೀವನದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಹಸಿರಾಗಿ ಉಸಿರಾಗಿ ಉಳಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವ ಚಿಂತನೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಗಿಡ ನೆಡುವ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಣ್ಣು ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವ ಇವತ್ತು ಚಿಂತನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಗಿಡ ಮರ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಮರದಿಂದ ಎಳೆ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಎಳೆಗಳು ಭೂಮಿಯ ಜೀವಂತಿಕೆಯನ್ನು, ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಜೀವಂತಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕಾಂಶದಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಳೆಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ನೆಟ್ಟರು ಕೂಡ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಆಶ್ರಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ, ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಫಲ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಭೂಮಿಯ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಮರದಿಂದ ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ಮುತ್ತಿಕ್ಕಲೇಬೇಕು, ಆಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಸಂಪತ್ಭರಿತವಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಹಸಿರಾಗಿಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅವರು, ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಉಲ್ಲಾಳ್ ರೈಲು ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರು, ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. 3-4 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನು ನೆಟ್ಟು ಸಾಕುವ ಒಂದು ಬರದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು 5,000 ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೆಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ ಮನೋಜ್ ಕೋಟೆಯವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗಳು ಅಳಿವಿನಂಚಿನಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಂಡೇಂಜರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳಿದೆ. ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಗಿಡಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಒಂದುಗೂಡಿ ಒಂದು ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಸೂರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಯ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಆಗುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಜಾಗ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ, ಈ ಮರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿ. ಮರಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಳಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಯಾರದನ್ನು ಕಡಿತಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರದನ್ನು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಈ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಆಧಾರ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಹಸಿರನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ನಾಶ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ತಿಳಿ ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಇದು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಿವೇದನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಮರ ಗಿಡಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಿ. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮರ ಗಿಡಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ತಾವೊಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಮೈಸೂರು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕ ವೃಂದರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ತಲೆಬಾಗಿ ಶಿರಬಾಗಿ ವಂದಿಸ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ 2 ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ PMB ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾಂಗ ಕುಲಸಚಿವರು ಹಾಗೂ ಹಾಲಿ ಆಡಳಿತಾಂಗದ ಕುಲಸಚಿವರ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಎನ್ ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬೆಂತಟ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶ 2 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಆಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ವಿನಂತಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Good morning. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, Professor Ravindra Kohli, internationally acclaimed ecologist, Professor R. Raghavendra Rao, renowned taxonomist and former director, our senior most Professor Emeritus and former syndicate member of the University of Mysore, Professor Shekhar Shetty, Mr. Madhav Ullal, the chairperson of the 3 departments of the University of Mysore, Dr. N.S. Raju, Dr. H.P. Jyoti, the director of IQSC, Professor Amritesh, Professor Dr. Lohit, and many other participants and the chairpersons of the departments and the faculty members and the students of all these 3 departments. Indeed, it's a privilege for me to address all of you on this auspicious International Biodiversity Day. Of course, Professor Raghavendra Rao as well as Professor Ravindra Kohli is going to address you regarding the importance of this very special occasion for this biodiversity and the universal globalization as well as the green aspect of the entire world. They'll be talking to you. I just want to introduce few aspects. In the morning we had a talk with Professor Kohli and straight away he just asked me what are the number of trees that you have in this campus. Really we were happy to identify that and we could get him the answer. We have 20,800 plus trees, sir, in the campus, entire campus. Yet as a commerce man I'm not happy with that. And on average just 31 trees per acre is there. But at the national average, if you consider that is very, very poor, I'll consider that we admit our flaw in this, regarding this. As it has been initiated in the morning by Mr. Ullal and others, definitely we encourage his initiative of planting 5,000 plus samplings in and around Manas Gangotri campus. So that gives around 20% of the entire life, 64 years what we had in Manas Gangotri, having just 25,000 plus, straight away is initiating 5,000 means it costs out with 20%, 1/5 of the entire sampling of the 64 years going to be planted. And as a officer of the university, I appreciate and congratulate. I admit that we provide all supports, whatever is needed through these departments, maybe ecological department, environmental science, social work. And right from today, we share with you, we be the part along with your association for taking care of these trees which you are going to plant either in Manasa. Preferably we request you to be in Manasa Gangotri. It's already greenish, so let it be completely greener in the days to come in Manasa Gangotri. So at my initiative, two things I would like to say. As all teachers will be guiding our own students. So far I have guided 26 PhD students. I made it mandatory that every student after completing his Viva was in the campus, he has to plant a tree. I'm happy that I could plant 26 such trees in and around our own department, Commerce department, and it is adding values to our own contribution to the ecology, whatever may be the other reasons apart. So therefore, I insist all of you, those who are taking part today, at least around 100 plus students are here. I insist all of you should feel that you should be proud of this occasion, and at least one tree you must plant today itself, so that when you complete the course of 2 years or 3 years from now, when you come back, at least you come back to see your own plant, what you planted. So that will be a very huge contribution apart from your academics and excellence and other things. Everybody is human being and will be busy with our things, but when there is a child of my own, my brain child is planted somewhere, you will always recollect that glory of the past and you should share that moment. And today itself I insist all of you, please take part in that. Find out a room around your own campus, your own department, and make sure that you'll be planting at least one sampling today. And for that, definitely we are will be extending whatever the support that is required from our end. I also request the garden department, they will come back to you after 5-10 minutes. They will join you and they will assist in all aspects. As he was mentioning about the other campus, which is around 20 acres of land, no doubt we can part with that also, but in the days to come, if it is planted there, it might be a legal aspect of chopping off and constructing something. Today fine, we are not building anything. In the days to come, when we get some funds or something like that, it is proposed to build something. So therefore, I insist already this land is marked for that. So I insist this to have it. So if at all you want to plant there also, there are chances of chopping off. I'm sure about that after 20 years from now. Instead of that, having this type of tree, as a commerce man, you can go for commercial sampling. So at any point of time, even after 20 years, you can chop it off, you can realize some revenue as well. I personally feel that. In that case, I ideally suggest Manasa Gangotri and in and around Maharaja's College, Yuvaraja's College, which is running around 800 acres. So we feel that this is the ideal location for the planting. So with these few words, I take this opportunity for once again congratulate you, especially the departments who initiated this as a part of the IQAC initiative. This is a part of every university. It must be the lesson for all of us as we are talking about the global warming. So every day, of course, whatever the electricity we are consuming, even a fraction of the unit what we derive at this point of time, it will be emulating so many aspects. It may be the carbon credits, whatever we talk about in the other parts of the world. So even these days we talk about carbon exchange, carbon credit markets have been initiated. Try to understand as a commerce and a finance man, I know the markets. So earlier we were talking about the stock markets. Unfortunately, these days we talk about even carbon credits that has gone to the global crisis now. So a lot of affiliates in and around Mysore Mysore, you have seen how industries have been sick and how they are polluting our own natural resources. So many of you may not be aware why most of the units are established in and around Nanjangud, not in Mysore these days. So it is ideally located there because of the various natural resources which are freely available. Maybe the Kaveri, maybe the Kabini river which is flowing, it's free of cost. So it is very easy to dump there, everything, all the effluents being dumped, and it is unpure, and it's not possible even for the domestic cattle to drink that water. That is the level of pollution what we have created. We have created that situation because it is freely available in our nation. Anything it is given free of cost, we don't know the value of it. The same thing, same resources, same rivers are flowing in other parts of the developing countries. You know how preciously they would have prevented. I'm sorry to say this. So we are also causing havoc to our own environment. It is a lesson for us how we have been devastating our own environmental aspects. As a student of Manasa Gangotri, at least you should feel proud that you will be the part of this particular day, and make it very sure that in your name at least one tree you'll be planting. Apart from taking the oath, whether we follow it or not, at least make sure you'll plant one tree today. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity. Thank you very much.
ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಸಭೆಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾಂಕ ಸಚಿವರು ಸಭೆಯಿಂದ ತೆರಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅವರ ವಿಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಂಶೋಧಕ ತನ್ನ PhD ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ನೆಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅನುಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಂತ ಒಂದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while we encounter a mind so profoundly transformative, a soul so deeply rooted in scholarship, and a leader so visionary that simply uttering their name commands admiration. Today we are graced by the presence of one such towering intellect. Please allow me the honor of introducing Professor Ravindra Kohli, who has not just walked the path of excellence, he has paved it for generations to follow. Professor Kohli's name is etched in the very fabric of Indian science. He is a J.C. Bose National Fellow for 2 consecutive terms. He is a proud recipient of Haryana Vigyan Ratna Award and Punjab Ratna Award. He is a fellow of every premier scientific academy in India, the Indian National Science Academy, the Indian Academy of Sciences, the National Academy of Sciences, and the National Academy of Agricultural Sciences. Professor Kohli is also a fellow of the Royal Society, both in chemistry and in biology, an honor few in the world can claim. Professor Kohli is not just a scholar, he is an institutional builder. He is the current Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Punjab. He has earlier held the mantle of Vice Chancellor at the Central University of Punjab and was the founding Vice Chancellor of DAV University. He has piloted 16 major R&D projects, delivered over 350 lectures across the globe on environment and sustainability, and has mentored 54 PhD scholars into becoming thought leaders of tomorrow. With over 300 impactful research publications, nearly 10,000 citations, and an H-index of 54, his academic legacy is not just impressive, it is immortal. He is a certified senior ecologist, the highest global rank in his field, and in 2023, he was elected to the Executive Council of the International Union of Biological Sciences in Paris, an esteemed body affiliated with the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor of the highest order to invite to the podium a legend in academia, Professor Ravindra Kohli, to deliver today's keynote address.
At the outset, I greet you all on the International Biodiversity Day, which Mysore University is celebrating today instead of 22nd of May. I am very happy to be here with you today, thanks to my mentor, Dr. R.R. Rao. Because of him, I am here when a few days ago, 2-3 days ago, when the organizer of this event, Dr. Amrutesh, he rang me up asking for the possibility of my coming to Mysore University. When he talked of the two names, Dr. Rao and Dr. Shetty, that they will be there, I did not think of anything. I said, yes, I am coming. I am grateful to Dr. Rao and Dr. Shetty for giving me this opportunity of coming here with you. I am dedicating this humble keynote address to my mentor, to my guru, Dr. R.R. Rao. I got taught through my association with him. He had never been directly a teacher, but I am and I was his student. The characteristics of honesty, characteristics of love, hard work, positive thoughts, I have all learned through him without his knowing that I am watching him. So thanks to such a guru. I'll be talking to you on this day, biodiversity conservation. What, why, and how. Dr. Amartesh told me that there will be students, majority of students from botany, environment science, and other departments. So I reframed the lecture. It is not totally technical, but wherever you feel that there is something which is not understandable, I'll make it easy, you can ask question. I'll be dealing with what biodiversity is. I think you know about a bit, maybe more even, why it is important, why so much of crime now. This biodiversity issue started in 1992 and it is gaining the importance of conservation. Why now? So what is the status, global and national scenario where we stand today? Reasons for its loss, national and global efforts to protect it. What Indian government is doing, what the world is doing. Then through legal framework, how government is trying to protect biodiversity. What can we do? That will be the last slide. May I have the next slide? Do you have that slide changer? It's okay? Okay. Otherwise, some of the slides may be such that I want to just skip off quick. So otherwise you can look at my hand and just anyway. Biodiversity, simple terms. It is commonly used to describe the number, variety means types, and variability in different types. Or you can often define it as gene, species, and ecosystem. They are all different. Ecosystem is any ecological system which is self-dependent, doesn't need any help from other ecological systems. So it is a living system. So any biodiversity, I'll come to it in a while. So next please. In this biological sphere, we call it biosphere. Above the earth, below the earth. In the ocean or above in the atmosphere. It is one, earth. And as we go down, the number of these keeps on increasing. There will be more number of biomes, ecoregions, likewise populations will be more, individuals in population, the number will be more. As we go down, the number increases. Next please. There is an issue which at many places I find some people confusing with the word biodiversity. Inventory and biodiversity, these are two different issues. Inventory is numbering the types of plants or animals or fishes or birds. And when we talk of biodiversity, it is not only the number, it is number in each case. That is when I asked our registrar of this university that how many trees are there on the campus, he said 20,800. He found out from somebody, asked somebody, and came up with the figure 20,800. I doubt that this number is too small. But when I look at, the number looks better. My question and next question was that in each type, how many trees? You know, when we look at the ecological sense, the significance of a tree, it has to be taken into consideration the number of trees of that type. One tree has big canopy where large many number of birds can sit, large many insects can feed on it. And when we compare it with a small herbaceous plant, the number is again this one. But the ecological significance of that plant is not as good as that of a tree. So here comes the issue of biological diversity. I'll come to it. You know, this campus, as I learned, is around 1,000 acres. You divide 20,800 with 1,000. It means on per acre, 20 trees. This number has to be relooked into. Well, next please. See, in hierarchical sense, we can have diversity at ecosystem level, diversity at species level, and diversity as gene level. Ecosystem is big, with large many number of types of plants and animals. They are staying together in harmony with each other, but unit is one. There are different units, like terrestrial unit, terrestrial ecosystem, freshwater, your lake system. That also has many of these biotic components. The function is the same, but types and number, that varies. So these two ecosystems are different. Then in each ecosystem there are a number of types of plants or animals or species, each varying with other, and likewise gene. We all are Homo sapiens. We differ from each other. And even in the own body, you know, you can understand that the front side of the hand has different type of texture and color. The back side has different. So different parts of the body, they also have different diverse genetic pool. And when I talk of types of biodiversity, there are three types: alpha, beta, and gamma diversity. What is alpha diversity? I explain it with an example. Say, for example, there is a tree. On this tree, there are squirrels. They come to the ground for feed. They go back for rest on the tree trunk. Tree is their home. Whenever we are to count the number of animals or number of squirrels, we can't count them when they come to the ground for food. We have to count them in their own home. Likewise, you know, rabbits are inside the burrow, or grasshoppers. We have to count them in their own home. Whenever there is census, governments, they do not count the number of individuals in the institutions. They count it only in their own homes. So that is the alpha diversity. Beta diversity is the diversity of ecosystems. Forest ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, desert ecosystem, marine ecosystem. So within an ecosystem, How much is the diversity? So all the homes, the individuals of each of these homes has to be counted. That is ecosystem. We call it beta diversity. It means the sum total of all alpha diversity in an ecosystem will count for the beta diversity. And when we look at the gamma diversity, it is still bigger. You know, on this campus, Mysore campus, university campus, there are ecosystems we call soil ecosystem or terrestrial ecosystem or even freshwater ecosystem of the lake. When we have to count together ecosystem this side of the lake, ecosystem the other side of the lake, this ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem is, cut because of this lake in between, and we have to count everything. So that we'll call as gamma diversity. Next please. You might have seen in many of these ecosystems, I need not explain this, soil ecosystem, marine ecosystem, desert, agriculture, estuarine, tropical rainforest, temperate forest, etc. Next please. When we come to B, that is the species diversity, for the world, for man, conserving the species is a unit that is getting its importance year after year. This is the focus of the evolutionary mechanism, principal agent of governing biodiversity. In terms of number, if you try to count, it is the insects and microorganisms which are in maximum number. So the organisms that differ widely from each other, which we can see the differences, they gain more importance than those which we cannot see, like microorganisms. Next please. You might have seen, if you start counting the number of types of plants you know the names of, you will be astonished that so much of it we do not know. Even our Bhisham Pitama of taxonomy, Dr. Rao, he might not have seen many of these plants. Many. Next please. Same is the case with aquatic, marine as well as freshwater. Next please. Same is with respect to wildlife. You might know a few, but there are so many more. Next please. Now come to the genetic diversity at the level of genes. As I just said, we, the brothers and sisters from the same parent, we have different genetic composition. And at that level when we come, we call it genetic level of diversity. Next please. You know, many types of parrots. Yesterday I had been with Dr. Rao to this Kaveri bird sanctuary. Saw many types of birds with variation, morphological variation. So they are all diversely different. Next please. How we can measure it, I will not explain it because you being students, you might have learned in your own classrooms. Next please. That was with alpha diversity, this is with beta and gamma diversity, how we can measure it, count it, give value to it. Next please. Why is it important? This is the second question. It is important because life depends only on natural organisms. Whatsoever we are finding today in terms of our medicines, the idea of these medicines have come from plants. For well-being, for health, all these pictures which I have given, these are all the 4 pictures from which we can get the medicine against cancer. So had these plants not been there, we would not have come to know about these medicines. Then entertainment, recreation and tourism. Whenever we are feeling bored, we go to a place which is a natural beauty, and that natural beauty we want to enjoy, and we are free from the boredom.
Gist. I don't know whether I am successful in that or not. I will try to convey my at least take home message. I will try to give through my lecture very fast. I will go skip many of my slides, and I hope next time when I come I will try to give elaborately some of these lectures. See, there are two important aspects in my talk. One is the biodiversity, biological diversity. The other one is bioprospection. So these two are closely related but completely different. Biological diversity is nothing but this one, animal, plant, everything, in a given area. Now you can see a gymnosperm, a crab is there, a snake is there. That is all biological diversity. Now biological diversity also can be within the same family. It could be, you can measure the biological diversity within a particular family, Leguminosae, or within the same genus, Utricularia. Within a particular genus, you can measure biological diversity, or within the same species, you can find the differences in the different individuals. So this I think Dr. Kohli also I think very elaborately gave, but I will not skip. So the overall conclusion is biological diversity a game of numbers? Certainly biological diversity is not a game of number. Just because in an area there is a large number of species, the area is rich in biodiversity, no. So it is the infra-specific diversity or the diversity within the individual species that counts or makes the species or the region rich. So this is infra-specific diversity, and roughly I have given some of the groups showing how rich is diversity. I think Professor Kohli has already given very elaborately. I will skip some of these things, so I will not go into this. And every year we are adding almost 200 new species to the existing species, and based on the individual names, individual places, individual universities. So on my own name, many people have described many new species. So just to show how many such species are being described every year. I think some of these, and some of these, the rich diversity is scattered in 3 or 4 areas down below. Please concentrate here on this portion only. Only 4 or 5 areas they have much concentration, and these areas also form the hotspots of diversity. Now, if Professor Kohli made a mention of hotspot. What are hotspots? Hotspots are areas of high concentration of biodiversity, native biodiversity, but at the same time, these areas are subjected to severe anthropogenic disturbances. Such areas termed as hotspots. So these are all the 4 hotspots. Himalaya, for example, almost how many species, endemic species are there, I have just given. Understand that nearly 70% of the original forests are lost. Such areas are treated as hotspots. Now when you talk of Northeast India, when you talk of Western Ghats, 90% of the original forests are already lost, so we term them as hottest hotspots. So we should feel sorry that we are in Western Ghats, we are staying in hottest hotspot. That means 90% of the original forest we have already lost. What is there today, what we are proud of today, is only 10% of the original forest that we have. So therefore, there is no option for us but to conserve the existing, the flora and fauna. I think these are the megadiverse centers. I will skip some of these things, so I will not go into this. The definition of biodiversity, hotspots I have given. Only thing is, to what the biodiversity hotspot concept that was given by Myers, I would like to add some of the unique ecosystems like the sacred forests. Sacred forests, for example, are all traditionally protected areas. Because of the ethnic knowledge attached to a particular area, they are all protected, and the ethnic knowledge is being eroded in such a fast rate in our country that these also have become critically endangered today, and I call them as death traps. Sacred forests have become death traps in our country, so I want to include these also under hotspots in our country. Why there is so much of rich biodiversity in our country is because of diverse ecological conditions. Any highest rainfall area is there, lowest rainfall area is there, hottest place on earth is there in our country. All kinds of habitats you can think of, any habitat you can think of, any type of forest you can think of on this globe, we have in India. So that is the uniqueness of our country, so therefore it is so rich. And then Gondwana, I think it was, I don't want to talk on this, India was a part of, all the southern continents were united in a huge landmass. I think in the geography, phytogeography class you must have studied, and that continent, supercontinent was called the Gondwana. India was a part of Gondwana, therefore we have elements from South America, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, all these countries have contributed, and therefore there is high concentration of flora. And then Himalaya acts as an active zone of speciation. So this is one important thing. Himalaya draws elements from different countries, and also there are the youngest, I think I will skip some of these things. See, this is the diagrammatic representation. Himalayas are the youngest chain of mountains. Youngest chain of mountains means which have originated from the Tethys seabed somewhere around 60 to 70 million years ago, and all the surrounding mountains are 300 million years old. China, the Mediterranean region, Irano-Turanian region, even our Western Ghat mountains are 300 million years old. So therefore, the youngest chain of mountains are the Himalayas, but at the same time, we say in Himalaya, we have 40%, roughly 40% of this flora endemic. How is it this endemic flora has come? From where the Himalayan flora has come? All the elements that we get in the Himalayas have either come from the Chinese mountains or from the Irano-Turanian region in the western region. So when these elements have migrated from far-off regions and they have passed through several unfavorable climatic conditions, and by the time they have reached the Himalayan region, the genetic and phenotypic makeup have changed so much that they have become independent species. So therefore, many of the genera like rhododendron, primula, and berberis, these are all the genera which have come from the Chinese region, but we have 98% of the species endemic. There is high concentration of species endemism, but generic endemism is very low in the Himalayas. So most of these species are all neo-endemics. That is the uniqueness of the Himalayan mountains. Yes. I think Professor I don't want to elaborate again. He showed all this, so much of my lecture also he has taken away. So importance of diversity, yes, we know what for we need biodiversity, why we should protect. I think this is the one I wanted to emphasize. I will skip all this. Direct uses of biodiversity, these are edible plant, construction, clothing, food, everything that we get, medicinal plant we get, and all that. Now comes to the, see, on one side we have a very rich biological diversity. I think we should appreciate that. The other side is, now what should we do with this biodiversity? It is terrible uses are there already. Remember, after the CBD, the Biological Diversity Convention, the CBD at the Rio de Janeiro, one thing has come very conspicuously to among all the global countries. What is that? That is, the countries having rich biodiversity are going to rule the world in the coming decades. So that is an assumption that has come. Rich biodiversity nations are going to rule the world and not the dollar-rich nations like America. So if that is the case, India is one country which has got very rich biodiversity. So therefore we are going to rule the world. Now can we say that we have a rich diversity, so therefore we are going to rule the world? No. Until and unless we convert our biological wealth into economic wealth, we cannot become strong. So converting the biological wealth into economic wealth by way of bioprospection is the second part which I want to stress more. So very quickly I will take you to this part. I think there was I think biogeographic zones also Professor Kohli told, and this is from my own book again, that these are all the different color one shows the different biogeographic zones. Very quickly I will go one by one to one of these. This is the Trans-Himalaya extreme, the northern part. If you see the Trans-Himalayan belt, this is the one you can see here. I don't know, you can see this one, that black one. So that is the Trans-Himalayan cold desert. Cold deserts have very unique flora, very harsh climate, very unique flora. And the temperature fluctuation is so great. Day temperatures are somewhere around 40 and the night temperatures go somewhere around -40. So the fluctuation is so great, even the rocks get cracked. Nothing can grow there. Even the rocks get cracked. That's why the region, cold desert region, is also called the land of the rock ruin. You don't find any rocks there. It is all cracked rocks. And very unique species grow there. One or two, I think, only species, Thylacospermum I have listed here. I think all of you can copy my slides later on and make use of. All these species are really unique species that occur only in the cold desert regions and nowhere else. So therefore, they are very interesting. Now, how do we convert that into economic wealth? Now, my point is, many of these species are biologically very interesting, medicinally very important. One species you enlarge, you will see thousands of species get aggregated together to form a hemispherical structure. So that is the one, that uniqueness. This is the one I have shown here in the right side. That is the herbarium material I have shown. So thousands of plants get aggregated to, that is a typical adaptation in the cold desert flora that we find in this. And many of these plants are extremely, I think this I will skip again, this is the plant again, you can see. The highest altitude known for a flowering plant in the world is from India again. It is in the Guinness Book of Record, 6,300 meters. That is again the cold deserts of the Himalayas. We have 6,300 meters, that is the highest altitude so far known. All these are, this is that plant again, important ones. All these plants are very important, medicinally very important, highly important medicinally. And when you come down to West Himalaya, this is again this, large number of alpine plants are there. Number of alpine plants are there. And all of them are also again medicinal plants. These are all I have listed here, Nardostachys, Dactylorhiza, Picrorhiza, Rheum. All these species are extremely medicinally important plants. Are there any global level products from our country? Absolutely no. Why? In spite of the fact that we have 8,000 species of medicinal plants, high value medicinal plants, which are equated as Sanjeevani plants. Now, in spite of the fact that Sanjeevani plants are there in our Himalayas, we don't have a global level product. What for? Why it is the reason? Now, you can see here, these are very beautiful alpine plants we have. Number of alpine plants. Is there one plant that has gone into the man-made settings, the botanical gardens? No, all we go and see in the wild. Why should we not commercialize these plants and then get, develop entrepreneurship and harvest the money? Medicinal plant, I told, I think when I talk of Sanjeevani, yes, Ramayana you all remember. In Ramayana, Lord Hanuman was sent to Himalayan mountains, particularly this cold desert region, to collect Sanjeevani plant for treating Hanuman. I think Lakshman, that you all know that. I don't want to show the much story. But the point is, he came all the way and searched different places and ultimately ended up in near the Valley of Flowers, where he could identify one plant as that is today what they call is the modern Sanjeevani plant. What is that modern Sanjeevani like plants are there? Is the rhodiola. That is the plant, the DRDO people. Now what did Hanuman do? He was not able to identify the plant, so he took the mountain itself and went to Sri Lanka. And Lord Ram scolded him, saying that you have no conservation ethics, all the plants will die here, why did you bring the whole mountain? So after taking the Sanjeevani, he asked Hanuman, you go and put the mountain back. Lord Hanuman was an ardent servant, he took the mountain back, and then on the way he thought, hey, Lord Ram is not correct because war is going on now. So my presence is more needed here rather than putting this mountain back in the Himalayas. So he throws the mountains in between and goes back to Sri Lanka. That mountain which fell down is supposed to be the Gandhamardhan Parvat in Orissa, where we have similar medicinal plants that we find in the Himalayas. Although it is a story, but my point is that Himalaya is a place where medicinal plants that are equated like Sanjeevani are there. Now what is Sanjeevani? Sanjeevani is that plant, according to my definition, Sanjeevani is that plant which has that miraculous property of bringing back to life almost a dead person. Any plant it could be, any plant you can bring back to life almost a dead person, that is a miraculous property. So that is Sanjeevani. We surveyed in the region a large number of plants in the Valley of Flowers and the surrounding areas, and all of them are found to be highly important medicinal plant, including the one Rhodiola wallichiana. According to DRDO people, this is the one. This is the only plant that has got the nullifying effect of gamma radiation. I'm sorry, I'm going very fast. I'm skipping all these things, but I have to finish my talk in half an hour, 40 minutes. Yes. So this is the one immunomodulatory. I think this I will skip. These are all the plants we collected, and all of them, I say it can be equated to Sanjeevani. Don't say that this is a Sanjeevani plant that Hanuman brought, but it has got such miraculous properties which can cure any deadly ailments. So therefore, where are the products now? When we know there is so much of important medicinal plants, we do not have any products. When you come down 500 meters again down, in the Himalayas, we have such wonderful medicinal plants like this blue one. You can see this aconitum. Aconitums are extremely important medicinal plants. The tubers of which cost almost 4,000 rupees 1 kg. The plant is extremely rare. It's so rare that even we walk 5 kilometers in the Himalayas region, Western Himalayan region, you may not get 5 plants. So it has become so rare. Now biotechnology has advanced so much. When you can multiply a plant, making use of the tissue culture, so much you claim, why don't you multiply this in cartload or truckload and make money? You become rich, country becomes rich. Why should you not do? So you have to develop entrepreneurship by selecting such medicinal plant which has great high demand. So this is one such plant I think we should try to go. I think the other plants are also, I skip all this because I have no time now. Each one is a very important medicinal plant, I will skip. Now we have also plants like Amanita. I think Professor Sekhar Sethi may be knowing this. Amanita, it's a poisonous mushroom. Now in the Vedic literature there is the mention of somras. What is that somras? It is a highly intoxicating alcoholic drink. Highly intoxicating, highly invigorating, highly energy giving drink. Now today we don't know what is that somras, which are the plants used for somras. The technology involved we do not know, but we have all fallen back on Scotch whiskey. We buy Scotch whiskey. Scotch whiskey comes from a small country called Scotland, and the Scotland is harvesting through the beverage industry from both hands and earning money. Our information is 5,000 years old. This is in the Vedic literature, 5,000 years old. We all know that we had somras, and it was so much liked by people that even the poor people who are not able to afford somras, they were going behind the people who had taken the soma, and whenever they used to urinate, they collect their urine and then drink. That is because it is said that the active principle in the soma passes through the alimentary system of human being almost unmetabolized. Whatever property soma has, the urine has the same property. So people were prepared to drink urine. That was the craze for soma. That was the craze for soma. You can imagine such a wonderful drink. We have lost the technology. We don't know the species. There are 27 species starting from a fungus to a gymnosperm to a flowering plant. 27 species are said to be the surrogates of soma. We do not know. So therefore, suppose we research soma, one plant can change the economy of the country. We need not worry about 20,000 species, but one plant can change the economy of the country. So such plants we should try to take up. I'm going very fast now. I think this I will skip some of these things. Rhododendrons are very beautiful. In our country, Himalayas, there are 97 species of rhododendrons. Very beautiful rhododendrons. They are all arborescent. Arborescent means tree species. Except for black color, all colors of rhododendrons you will find. White, deep pink, deep yellow, deep red. Any kind of color you think of, you get in the rhododendron. Beautiful ones. Now, what is it we have done? You can only go there, we only will see in the forest, and nothing we have done beyond that. Why can't we develop agrotechnology, nursery technique, multiply that and bring back to the human, I think the man-made settings? You can make money, you can earn money. You go to Royal Botanic Garden queue in the Scotland, Edinburgh, one plant, one rhododendron seedling is being sold for 13 pounds. Now you can imagine 13 pounds means almost 1,300 rupees. 1,300 rupees, one seedling of our Himalayan rhododendrons are being sold in the nursery. And what is it we are doing? They are making money, and what are we doing? We are only making the beautiful photographs and putting it on the wall. This is my plant. Oh, we are proud of this plant. That's all we are doing. So therefore, there is so much of opportunity in bioprospection and making use of our own resources for economic improvement. I think this, see, each one is a flower. Directly can be introduced. This is the queen of the Himalayan flowers. Such a wonderful flowers, all these things, Mecanopsis, blue poppy, white one, are all directly can be introduced, but unfortunately, no, we have not been able to bring back any of this. In the eastern Himalayan side, I think zonation, I'm skipping all these things, excuse me. Now there are also wonderful plants. This is one plant I think we can concentrate down below here, Sapria Himalayana. It is a leafless, rootless, stemless parasite. Absolutely there is nothing, no root, no leaf, no stem. Only when it comes to flower, yes, you will be able to recognize. The flower is the biggest flower that we have in our country, large flower, and when it flowers, nobody can go near to this plant because of the extremely foul smelling, very bad smelling. Now you can utilize the property. Are there any specific genes responsible for this foul smelling? If possible, by trial and error method, try to identify. If you are able, yes, if there is a particular gene, take that gene, harvest that gene, put it in some common plant and grow all along the Indo-Pakistan border. At least biological warfare, you can utilize your
It is time to express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have made this event both meaningful and memorable. We are privileged to have with us Professor H.P. Jyoti, a respected faculty member in the Department of Studies in Social Work and the esteemed director of Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, where she continues to shape, guide and empower the educators. Professor Jyoti has been a pillar of support and a key organizer in ensuring the smooth execution of today's program. I now invite Professor Jyoti to deliver the vote of thanks.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. I know ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ they are very restless. Anyway, distinguished guests and esteemed speakers and fellow participants and my dear students. As we know, today is a concluding day of celebration of our International Biodiversity Day. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone for contributing to making this program a success. First of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to both the speakers, Professor Ravindra Koili sir and Professor R. Raghavendra Rao sir. Thank you very much for your sharing expertise and insights on biodiversity conservation. And I request Professor Ravindra K. Koili to accept our gratitude. And and I request Professor Shekhar Shetty sir and Raghavendra Rao sir to facilitate our honorable guest. Sir, and also extend my heartfelt thanks to our honorable Vice Chancellor in his absentia, Professor N.K. Loknath, and also thanks to our Professor N. Nagaraja in his absentia, and also I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Samaagama. Samaagama is a one NGO, it's a buddy NGO. Now they have started doing a wonderful work. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೂ ಸಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಮಾಗಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. Then I extend heartfelt thanks to my friend and colleague Professor Amrutesh and Professor Raju from Environmental Science, and I also extend my heartfelt thanks to my own department HOD Professor Chandramouli sir for his unconditional support to make this program success. And also I thanks to Professor Rajkumar Garampalli sir and Dr. Lohit sir, and also thanks to those who are in the dais. Thank you very much. And I must thankful to IQAC staff and my own students and other students from different department, from JSS College, from RNS College, and even though I thanks to MMRC, University of Mysore. Thank you and all, make this program a successful event. Thank you.